don't know what kind of learning growing camp he went to for 2 months, but it wasn't good. Hi there. I just used a bronzer as a setting powder because that's how much too light my foundation is. My contact in this eye is also becoming really weird and like dry and gross. So if I look all weird in one eye, that's why. I'm drinking coffee at 7:10 p.m. So we're off to a good start. Welcome to my second channel. My name is Hannah, and this is the first video on my second channel, so if you'll excuse me, I just have a couple of disclaimers to make, but then I promise this will be the last video that is this disclaimer heavy. If you can make it through the next few minutes, I promise the video will be good. So I have a first channel called Pretty Hippie Me. It is a fashion and makeup and lifestyle channel. I am a multifaceted human who watches all sorts of content and a lot of commentary and discussion and drama content. So I certainly have felt inspired to talk about a lot of the topics that are being discussed by those channels. However, I always felt a little bit weird about doing so on my fashion makeup channel. YouTube and a lot of YouTube viewers are really into niche channels right now, so that's why I started this second channel, so that this can be a place for me to put all of my mostly commentary and discussion. I think I'll rarely do the investigative work that drama channels do. I feel like I'm gonna post here periodically whenever I feel like I have a strong enough feeling to want to post a video about a topic. I'll put it here instead of on my first channel. Depending on how you guys respond to it, if you subscribe and you like what I have to say, etc., then I'll make more videos the more you respond, you know? I hope that you subscribe if you like this video. If you don't like this video, but you like me, another good reason to subscribe. If you're here from my first channel, hi, hello, thank you for joining me. The first channel community is, I call it the neighborhood. It's like a Mr. Rogers thing. So I guess this can be like the back alley where sometimes people are just like fighting and having impassioned conversations at 2 a.m. That can be us. This first video is a cut down version. I'm holding a lipstick now. I'll hold a brush instead. This first video is a cut down version of a live stream that I did on Monday of last week. It is now Tuesday, July 13th. On Monday of last week, this was very fresh, hot tea. Now, it's about a week and a half old tea. But just put yourself in the mindset of a week and a half ago, James Charles just coming back to YouTube. I did this live stream, and I wanted to cut it down into a more palatable, clear, concise video, so that's what I'm doing for my first video here. The reason that I bring up that it was alive is because I opened this video by opening and drinking a drink, which is something that I do during my lives. Also, because the camera quality gets real shoddy at times, because I must have had some bad Wi-Fi moments while I was doing the live stream. So if that bothers you, honestly, you can just listen to this like a podcast and you'll get basically the same experience. I also apologize in advance because I tug on my shirt a lot in this video. It was my first time wearing that shirt and it made me uncomfortable. Hopefully it's not too bad. I'm sorry. All right, let's get into the video and I will see you at the end of it. Woo! I hope that's not a thing. I have a lot to say today, so you might be able to tell by the title of this video. Where's my phone? My phone has my notes. I'm like a little bit shaky, a little bit nervous because I have a lot of emotions about James Charles coming back. The predator who is here to stay. And I don't use that word lightly, but I do use it allegedly. If you know my teeny tiny channel, you've probably heard of Mr. Charles. He's an American YouTuber, a boy in makeup, which is rare compared to girls, according to society, between 2 and 3 months ago at this point. He was outed for sexting minors. It's not just that he was outed and then he denied the claims and he provided receipts, and we had a repeat of Sister Geddon from 2019 when there were similar accusations going on. No, he said, yeah, don't get it twisted. I did this, but I didn't do as many as people are accusing me of. He didn't deny that this happened. People brought forth receipts of him having some pretty aggressive conversations in the way that he was like demanding selfies of body parts and like just like demanding a lot. Now that he's back, he has the audacity to talk about how embarrassing it was for him, this whole scandal, how embarrassing it was that he was revealed. And, hun, at a certain point, I naturally give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Usually I want to have a nuanced conversation around him. Sorry, I'm just trying to blend. Because he's one of these guys who got famous at such a young age and got so famous at such a young age. And I feel like there's a discussion to be had there about, like, I think Lindsay Lohan or somebody was talking about this, like, phenomenon of when you get famous at, like, a teenage age or at a young age, your mind kind of gets stuck and you kind of get set in that mindset for a long time. And I think that's interesting. And I'm like, yeah, let's talk about that. There are some conversations to be had that are nuanced. However, he lost that right to have the nuanced conversation when he said that he was going to go away, listen to the criticism, reflect, get therapy, get help, talk to professionals, learn, grow, change. And he came back, and apparently it seems that all that he's learned is how to dig his heels in harder to his side. And all that he's grown is roots deeper into the ground to hold him exactly where he is in his opinion and his perspective on things. He's lost his rights to nuance with me. He's lost his rights to benefit of the doubt. And I'm here, just like the title says, to say, James Charles, gaslight your kids. So the first problem, I think, with James Charles coming back is that he came back too soon. It's only been 2 months. And this is years of behavior that I don't think he had a chance to work on in 2 months. I just don't think that he did. And I think that you can tell by his attitude when he came back. When he came back wrong, because it seems that he is of the opinion still that he didn't really do anything wrong. He's gone over this one talking point so many times about the kids lied to me about their ages. Every time he says that, he's going to get the same response back. Several of them had their ages in their public profiles. Even if they didn't, it's still your responsibility as the adult to seek out some sort of documentation of their ages. And you need to know, as an incredibly famous person, people are gonna lie to you to get a chance to talk to you. He's not just a famous person. He's a famous person who has such a significant cultural impact on young boys specifically, because he's an openly gay, openly like artistic, creative young guy in makeup. He's on YouTube relating to these young audiences, inspiring a lot of people and facilitating the growth and the fame of a lot of people. Anybody that he features on his channel, that's a huge influence. That's like millions upon millions of people seeing his video. And people's careers blossom just from his mention. At this point, he's been that famous for like at least 3 years now. So he can't feign ignorance at this point, especially after going through 2019. You have to be the one to seek out the information to make sure that you're not committing a crime, Jimmy. Everybody has said all these points to him before, and he still doesn't seem to get it. Like, if you have kids who follow James Charles, you need to tell them to stop watching him. He's not a good example. He's an adult person who seems to show a proclivity toward young, minor boys, guys, in a romantic way, knowing that that is the group of people in his audience that he has the particularly strongest impact on. Young boys who want to be boys proudly wearing makeup, boys proudly being gay, feel a special kind of connection with him because they relate to him on so many additional levels besides just liking makeup. He's taking advantage of that particularly strong parasocial relationship that he has. He's making content aimed for kids to attract kids to watch his channel, and then he's going and flirting with kids. And the thing is, I wasn't going to have this strong of an opinion of him, but he said he was going to go learn his lesson. And then he came back learning nothing, pretending that he's just been in the right this whole time. Is that really what we're going to say? I don't know what kind of learning growing camp he went to for 2 months, but it wasn't good. The biggest problem that I have, and the thing that sparked me to talk about this, and again, parents pay attention. James Charles made at least 3 very notable posts where he admitted to this behavior. First, he made a post trying to get out ahead of it. It took like a month because there was other stuff going on in the community at the time. But then people started calling him out more, and he made a video. Again, he admitted to at least 2 cases. Third post, the breakup with Morphe. So it's very well documented that he admitted to this stuff in at least all 3 of those posts. And when he came back, he deleted his apology video. This is why I'm saying James Charles is trying to gaslight your kids. You can't erase the apology. You are lying to your audience. I have to pull up this clip. I didn't watch James Charles's comeback video. I watched H3 watching it. It's weird that he's doing his makeup while he's talking about such a serious... He's talking in this moment, James is, about this Twitter thread of people accusing James Charles of being a predator. And there were like 20 victims.
I know that nobody wants to stay here for an hour listening to me talk about this, but I do feel as though I have to say something because I am just not comfortable with this video or really any video moving forward, allowing anybody, let alone my followers, to think that there are any victims of James Charles, let alone 20.
You're not comfortable with anybody saying that there are any victims of James Charles? So then why were you out there talking to teenage boys? If you're not comfortable with there being any victims, then don't victimize children. How dare you? How dare you come back after like harassing little boys who you have this parasocial relationship with, who feel this connection with you, and then you're embarrassed by the fact that people are talking about this? Listen, I think that his legal team advised him to take down that video. I'm sure that that means that there's going to be some kind of lawsuit happening at some point somewhere or something. I don't know. But how fucking dare you talk about your discomfort? You've admitted your responsibility in this situation. You are a danger at this point. Like, I'll give anybody a chance to learn, grow, change. You know, I'm sorry. I just like looked like a 90s like thing. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I have an itch right here. I'll give anybody a chance to go get off social media, clear your mind, learn, grow, change, therapy, counsel, church, prayer, whatever you need to do to get right with God, get right with your community, get right with your mind, and come back clear-headed, clear mind. I'm better. I'm going to show you that I'm better. But that's not what he's doing. You can't erase the apology. If you want to come back and you want to show the growth and the change and the whatever, you have to show where you were at in order to show how far you've come. You can't pretend that these bad things didn't happen in order to move forward from the bad things. He's walking back all of the growth and change that he promised us. He's saying, what? There's not any victims. I'm just so uncomfortable with the idea that I made anybody uncomfortable. Shut the fuck up. How fucking dare you? That was my breaking point. That was my, I have to talk about this. One of my neighbors is like a 13-year-old girl, loves watching James Charles. And all I can think in my head is, what is she learning? What is she seeing from this? He's gaslighting kids. Kids are not going to know. Kids are going to believe whatever comes out of his mouth. My neighbor, little neighbor girl, if she even remembers the content of that video, because 2 months is a long time when you're 13, she's going to think, first of all, that he didn't do anything because he said he didn't do anything in that, in this video. Now he's saying there are no victims of James Charles. But also she's going to think, she's going to learn from this example. She's going to internalize this as acceptable behavior. If she finds herself in a smaller scale conflict, a problem with her sister, a problem with her job someday in the future, normal problems that normal people have. Don't tell me how uncomfortable you are, James Charles. I saw those texts that you were sending to those boys. Whether you were sending them to adults or to children, the way that you were talking to people and the way that you were demanding intimate photos, disgusting. Gross. Do not talk about how uncomfortable you are, James. For God's sakes. Okay, so gaslighting is the word that I used in the title of this, and here's why. What's gaslighting? I'm not talking about Gabby Hanna's overusage of the word, although I could, but that's a different video. Gaslighting is trying to convince someone that something that they know happened didn't actually happen. Or vice versa, that something that did not happen actually did happen. Basically convincing someone of the opposite of what is true. Kids are very prone to being gaslit. Add on that the fact that they admire and look up to James, so they're more likely to give him the benefit of the doubt. He came back after admitting at least 3 times that he did this stuff to at least 2 people and erased the video where he said that. Now he's coming back and saying, there are no victims. What are you talking about? It feels like he's trying to gaslight. It feels like he's trying to erase their memories of the whole scandal 2 months ago, or at least change it, manipulate it, trying to pretend like he never admitted to this stuff, even though he definitely did. So that's the beauty of the YouTube community. That's why commentary and drama YouTubers exist, and that's why I'm very glad that they do. There are thousands of videos out there, James, with clips from that video that you took down, with screenshots of your posts where you admitted these things. You are not going to be able to escape this from adults. You can't erase our memories. You can try it with kids, though, and that's why I'm saying, parents, if your kids love James Charles, don't let them watch James Charles, because he's going to lie to them about the fact that he is literally admitted to sexting minors. If that's something you have a problem with, he's going to try to change their memory, make them forget that he admitted by removing what he can remove, at least. I just find it disgusting. It's so low. It's so low. It's so it's not what I expected. And it's funny because he's not the only one. David Dobrik came back, and in his return video, he did all of the things that everybody was mad at him for, putting his friends in a lot of physical danger. Did you think we weren't going to see? Did you think we weren't going to notice? We're all waiting for your comeback with bated breath. And the first thing that you show us is, in the case of David Dobrik, absolutely no change. Or in the case of James Charles, regression. Like, we're not dumb. You can't hide this. We all know. But the kids don't know. That's the problem. And they're going to be the ones that are most impacted by him, especially the young gay boys in makeup who he inspires. And God bless them. They're not doing nothing wrong. But James Charles is taking advantage of them. He specifically has dated his fans, or has been talking to sexually and sexting with his fans. That is a problem. If you are the mother or father or auntie or uncle of a young boy who is interested in makeup and watches YouTube, warn him about James Charles. Because honestly, James Charles could be sliding in the DMs for all we know. I hate to say it, but he's admitted it. And there's proof out there. This is what's weird about this one, man. I just don't, okay, in his apology video, whatever, he said, the last time I had these accusations thrown about me in 2019, I came with the receipts and the screenshots and I had all the proof. And this time, I'm not going to do that because I really just, it's not about me. I want to apologize. And I was like, why? If you have proof, if you have evidence, do you think that we want to think that you're a predator? Show me! Clear your name! But I don't think that he can. If you can't clear your name, why would you come out and say there are no victims? You're not adding to the story. You're not adding some receipts that change my mind or anything. You're just taking away your admission. Why are we supposed to think that now you're telling the truth and before you were not? Like, I don't get this. It doesn't make any sense to me. And the lack of sense just makes it more likely in my mind that he's guilty. Just don't let your kids watch James Charles. He's trying to gaslight your kids, specifically your kids. He's lying to them. He's lying to all of us, but the adults can see through it. So as adults, we have to continue talking about this, and we have to continue calling him out. Oh, that was the end of the video? Okay. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but that was, as I said, a live stream. When it came to editing it into a video form, there was no perfect spot to cap the video. This is what you get, this outro right now. Anyway, please let me know your thoughts on this whole James Charles moment in the comments below. I'm very interested to hear what other people have to say. I really do want this to be a discussion channel. I learn a lot from talking to other people, so I do not want to set myself up as the expert in the room. I am rarely going to be that person. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you like this video. Help my little baby channel grow. Maybe we'll get 10 views on this video. If you help me make 10 views, I'll be a happy cracker. Oh no. Oh well, it's in there now. Oh, Dixie. Dixie's trying so hard to get in here. Oh, she's jumping up. Please be careful on my desk. Hi. Hi, honey. She has a new special cardboard box that she really likes, and my laptop is sitting on it right now so I can film this. So I need to wrap up so she can get back into her special cardboard box. Please let me know any stories that you specifically want me to cover in the comments below. I have been paying attention to quite a lot going on. Oh, Dixie, don't step on it. I've been paying a lot of attention to stuff going on. I just haven't necessarily had the platform to properly share it on, so I'm hoping that's what this channel will be. Bye! As this is meant to be a discussion channel, I am more than happy to discuss your ideas that you give me, as well as ideas that I have. Let me know in the comments below. I don't have an official outro for this channel yet, but thank you for watching. This is my very first video on this channel, so it's cool that you watched a teeny tiny channel's video. That makes you cool. We'll see you next time, sometime, for another one. I'm not sure when. If you're subscribed with notifications and you have your notifications on, you will hear about it. Thanks for joining me here in the dark alley of the neighborhood. Bye.